But the big story that's breaking at the moment, the big news this evening, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has made a sensational allegation. She claims she was attacked in Nandigram a short while ago. Those are images now of Mamata being brought to hospital in Kolkata. Mamata Banerjee, who was on a two-day campaign trail and filed her nomination in Nandigram today, alleged she was injured and was pushed by 4 to 5 people. The Trinamool Congress claims that this is a conspiracy. Mamata Banerjee said that as a result, her foot was swollen. She was in a lot of pain. She also called the attack a conspiracy and alleged there was no police presence. No one has been arrested, nor has any identity been disclosed of the alleged attackers. Mamata is currently at the SSKM hospital in Kolkata. Her nephew and MP Abhishek Banerjee is with her. The BJP has hit back at Mamata, accusing her of enacting a drama, saying it was all stage managed to gain sympathy of voters, questioning how the chief minister could have been pushed around when she's surrounded by a massive security presence.
कोई पुलिस नहीं था, एक भी पुलिस नहीं था। हमारा पुलिस छोड़
दीदी पाए चोट किभाবে লাগলো
4-5 आदमी ने मैं गाड़ी का इधर में खड़ा होकर रुक कर रहा था 4-5 आदमी ने मेरे को गाड़ी पूरा बंद कर दिया और पाँव तो पूरा चोट हो गया। देखो कितना पुल
कहाँ आपको चोट लगी है दीदी
पूरा पुल गया। दीदी क्या कलकत्ता वापस जाएंगी? अभी जा रहे हैं, अभी बहुत जोर अभी जोर।
और ये कहाँ पे हुआ दीदी? एग्जैक्ट जगह कौन सी है? दीदी आप बरौलिया बाजार में। दीदी आप कितने लोग थे?
पब्लिक बहुत थे, पब्लिक का बात नहीं है। 4-5 जान
और कहाँ का चोट लगा आपको? कहाँ का चोट लगा? पैर में
फूल गया पूरा।
दीदी तो बांग्ला बोल रहे हैं। दीदी किसी की साजिश है, किसी की साजिश है दीदी। साजिश है किसी की?
लोकल पुलिस कोई नहीं था।
लोकल पुलिस से कोई नहीं था। हाँ
पूरा दीदी किसी ने जानबूझकर किया ये।
शिकायत करेंगे चुनाव आयोग में दीदी, शिकायत करेंगे चुनाव आयोग में।
जानबूझ के किया।
हाँ
जानबूझ के किया।
दीदी तो आपका
refrain from commenting. आप सब समझदार हो, आपको जिंदगी भर ये सब चीजें कवर किए, बौखला गई हैं हमारी दीदी। ये सब साइंस है ऑफ अ डिफीटेड पार्टी एंड अ डिफीटेड कैंडिडेट। नंदीग्राम से भी वो हारेंगी और 100% पश्चिम बंगाल में बदलाव सबकी आंखों के सामने।
और नंदीग्राम में उनके लिए मुश्किलें बढ़ रहे हैं, तो अब उन्होंने ये सोचा कि अभी एक नोटंकी की ज़रूरत है, ये पखंडी की ज़रूरत होते हैं, तो इसलिए पखंड किया जाता है। क्योंकि बंगाल के ममता बनर्जी से ममता बनर्जी नहीं है, बंगाल के मुख्यमंत्री भी है और पुलिस मंत्री भी है। लेकिन तज्जुब की बात ये होती है कि जब उन पे हमला होती है उस समय कोई पुलिस वाले वहाँ आजू बाजू में नहीं रहते।
Let's go across to our correspondent Indrajit Kundu is live from the SSKM hospital. Paulomi Shah is also live from Kolkata. Indrajit, you are there at the hospital where Mamata Banerjee was brought a short while ago. Clearly, can you tell us what are the nature of the injuries that she or her supporters claim the Chief Minister has suffered?
Well, Rajdeep, firstly, I'm on my way back to Kolkata from Nandigram, and the nature of injury is still unknown at this point in time. What Mamata Banerjee did tell the media, of course, here at Nandigram is that her left feet was swollen. And what we are given to understand at this point in time is that at the SSKM hospital, which is a state-run government hospital, a 6-member board of doctors have been formed. Mamata Banerjee, of course, has just reached the SSKM hospital. Abhishek Banerjee and the senior leadership of the Trinamool Congress is also rushed there. She is being treated by doctors there, and they are trying to ascertain what is the kind of injury and what is the kind of treatment that she requires at this point in time. But visibly, when that incident took place at Birulia Bazaar in Nandigram, and then she was on her way to another location where there is a rented apartment for Mamata Banerjee, where she's supposed to stay put for tonight in Nandigram. That's when she met the entire media contingent, and she said that she was in quite a lot of pain, and that while she was trying to board her vehicle from one of the programs that she had attended. It was during that time that the crowd approached her car, and the door,
Where was
the
the
front
police?
door, because Mamata Banerjee generally
Indrajit,
takes the front
Indrajit
seat and the
Kundu?
car the left seat.
Where was the police in all of this?
you know,
Surely the Chief Minister is surrounded by security. The BJP is claiming that how can the Chief Minister be attacked like this when she's surrounded by security?
Well, that's right. That is the big question at this point in time, because what we are given to understand is that there was a crowd, and we've been seeing how, you know, wherever Mamata Banerjee was going, there is a lot of crowd that's gathering just to catch a glimpse of the Chief Minister. There was quite a lot of excitement amongst the crowd. Now, Mamata Banerjee says that few people came near near her convoy, near her car, and while she was trying to board the front seat and she was sitting there, that's when her leg was outside, and when somebody pushed, a few of them, 4 to 5, that's what Mamata Banerjee claimed, pushed the door through which she got injured. And now she says that this is a conspiracy. The police, of course, she says, wasn't present at that point in time. However, her personal security guards were most definitely there, the ones that are always there with the Chief Minister. In fact, when she complained of massive pain, and she was also complaining of chest pain at this point in time, it was then that her personal security guards then ferried her to the back seat of the vehicle, after which she was rushed to Kolkata and now admitted in the SSKM hospital.
Paulomi Shah, you're there in Kolkata at the moment. Mamata has been brought from Nandigram to Kolkata. Tell us what you're seeing around you and where you are.
That's right. We are standing by at the SSKM hospital. Just about 10 to 15 minutes ago, the Chief Minister was brought in over here. Dr. Shantanu Sen, Member of Parliament for the party, was in fact present over here, and we're getting word of some BJP movement as well, Rajdeep. We'll keep a track on that. There is likelihood that the governor, Jagdeep Dhankar, is in fact headed over here. I'll try and, pan probably. That's Jagdeep Dhankar. He is in fact arriving at the hospital right now. The governor has arrived to check on the Chief Minister's health. After, of course, she reached the hospital, she has been taken in on a stretcher, and she has been, in fact, moved into the hospital. Checks are being conducted right now on her health. The top specialist doctors of SSKM hospital are currently present over here. Her nephew, Abhishek Banerjee, is present as well with her. At the moment, he'd been standing by the hospital, ensuring that the arrangements are in place before the Chief Minister arrived over here. And that, of course, is the governor of West Bengal, Rajdeep, who has in fact just arrived over here. We've been told that the top specialist doctors of SSKM hospital are present over here. An X-ray is being done as well to, of course, get a better sense of the injuries that she may have suffered, the nature of those injuries as well, in order to then, of course, decide the line of treatment. Of course, earlier in Nandigram, she complained of some chest pain. She complained of being hurt in the foot. We did see a bandage on the foot, on her left foot. There is a white cloth which has been tied as well. So she suffered bruises over there. Also, we were told that between the knee and the shin area, she suffered some bruises as well. But some of the party people that we spoke to have expressed some concern about her health in terms of, if she's suffered anything in terms of the head injuries. Farad Hakim Babi Hakim is here as well, one of her closest aides ministers in the government.
Paulomi, I'm going to stop you for a moment.
He's just arrived over here as well.
I'm going to stop you at the moment, because we are being told that the Election Commission has also intervened and asked for a full report on this. Suryagni Roy is also joining us live from Haldia. Suryagni, there are various versions being given. One is the Chief Minister and her aides who are claiming that these 4 people are part of a conspiracy, while there is no direct naming of the BJP. Clearly, the implication is that the BJP is behind it. The BJP has made it very clear that this is stage managed and this is all a big political drama to garner sympathy. Let's be very clear. You, as all of you are there on the spot, which version are the people there believing? The Chief Minister's version or what the opposition BJP? Was it stage managed? Or was there a conspiracy? What are the people on the ground telling you, especially those who were around Mamata at the time? Eyewitnesses.
Well, the ones who Well, the ones who are around Mamata and who support her are of the opinion that this was a conspiracy. And from the opposite party, from the opposite side, they are, they are stating that she is going overboard. Nothing happened. She's just crying foul out of nothing. But, if
Were
you
there
just
any
look at the
eyewitnesses?
speech,
Were there
to
any
her
eyewitnesses?
soundbite, she clearly mentioned...
Were there any eyewitnesses to this?
Well, so far, no one has spoken up. Well, so far, no one has come up and spoken on record that that person had seen Mamata Banerjee being attacked, or, there was some other, episode that happened over there. But one thing was very clear. Mamata Banerjee, quote-unquote, stated that there was no police around her. There was no local police around her. 24 hours back, the DIG of West Bengal Police, Virendra, he was removed. Virendra is still considered to be one of the closest police officers that Mamata Banerjee has around her. And there was a new person who was installed by the ECI. Now, this somewhere, directly or indirectly, points out that Mamata Banerjee is directly hitting it out at the Election Commission of India, stating because the police, the West Bengal police and Kolkata police in West Bengal right now are being managed by the ECI. So if there was a lapse in her security, apart from the 4-5 people who constantly who are a part of her entourage, the local police is being controlled by the ECI. So the message was strong that the security lapse, which she has alleged she got attacked and everything what she has said, is due to the lack of preparations by the ECI's controlled West Bengal police. Back to you.
Okay, so clearly at the moment, Mamata Banerjee or her supporters are accusing, in a way, her opponents of a conspiracy. Remember, her prime opponent in Bengal this time is the BJP. The BJP says this is stage managed. This is one big political drama. Let's get first reactions, political reactions also. Sanju Verma, the BJP's national spokesperson, is with us, and Shuddho Banerjee, the Congress's spokesperson, with us. Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar of the Trinamool Congress joining us, and we're also joined by Shubhajit Bagchi, senior journalist. Let's get first reactions from all of you. Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar, to you first. Mamata Banerjee is the Chief Minister of Bengal. She comes with a huge personal and security, as well as security provided by the West Bengal government. How can she be attacked and there be no eyewitnesses, no one's identity disclosed, no one arrested? The BJP says this is clear evidence of a political drama, that it's all stage managed. What would you say?
How low can the BJP stoop? That is my question. The only woman chief minister of the country is attacked by unknown miscreants during election period, and they say that this is all sham. It just goes to prove that women are unsafe under the Bharatiya Janata Party's rule. At the moment, after the declaration of the election dates, model code of conduct is in place.
How is ma'am, I am asking you, how can the chief minister be attacked when she's surrounded by such, she's surrounded by personal and West Bengal police security?
You let me finish. You let me finish.
Yes.
Under the election commission, all police officers and police arrangements are made by them. So if the security is not showing appropriate preparedness, or there is a lapse in her personal security, the onus is on the election commission. They must see that she is well protected. Every candidate has a right to be well protected. This is a serious lapse on the part of the election commission. And as you were talking about the
how come no one is arrested?
Police people surrounding her.
How come no one is arrested now?
All of them.
How come no one is arrested? No identity disclosed. They just attacked the chief minister and disappeared.
Miscreants don't write placards on their front to show who I am. And there Shubhendu Adhikari is contesting from Bharatiya Janata Party. He's a vile man, and Bharatiya Janata Party has no respect for women. When she was boarding her car, she had put one foot inside the car, and when we get up in the car, these people, 4 or 5 of them, pushed her and they banged the door on her left foot. Her left foot has got injury. Her pelvic bones have got injury. She is in great pain. So if these people have done it and there was in the melee, in the crowd, they have again vanished. It is the duty of the Election Commission to find them out and punish. But we know who's scared of her.
Okay.
The Bharatiya Janata Party is scared of Mamata Banerjee.
No, are you directly... No, 1 minute. No. Are you directly saying the Bharatiya Janata Party has conspired? Are you directly blaming the BJP?
Definitely we are, because they are scared of Mamata Banerjee. And the candidate of Bharatiya Janata Party, Shubhendu Adhikari, can stoop very low. I know him personally.
He was your colleague till the other day?
This has to be taken up.
He was your colleague till the other day?
This has to be taken up.
Okay.
Can I please?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, and when we alleged and when we accosted him with all his misdoings, he left the party and took refuge with a party which is a shelter for criminals.
Okay.
In the Lok Sabha, out of all their members, 43% have criminal records.
May I please?
So Bharatiya Janata Party has done this.
Okay, you made your point, Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar. Sanju Verma, you are impatient to respond. But the fact is, here is a direct accusation being made that the Chief Minister has been attacked by 4 or 5 miscreants. And according to Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar, the BJP is behind it. It's a conspiracy of the BJP. Your response to what has happened this evening, does it change in any way the political picture? But more importantly, how does the BJP respond to the charge that they are behind this conspiracy according to the TMC?
You know, Rajdeep, you told me I'm impatient to respond. I thought for once you will say that I've been very patient because you gave her almost close to 5 minutes and it was an uninterrupted monologue by the TMC, leader. Yes. So let me now, please now, I hope you will not interrupt me because she was not interrupted. Let me make a few things very clear. A, BJP is not in power in Bengal. Everything, including the law and order machinery, currently comes under the aegis of the ECI. Point number 3, there are eyewitnesses who have said that her car hit a pillar. It had nothing to do with BJP or so-called BJP miscreants as is being wrongfully portrayed. Point number 4, the most important one, who is Kakoli, to say that, the BJP has a criminal track record? Excuse me, madam, please educate yourself and your Mamata Didi also. Let her go beyond Kaka Chichi, KK Chichi. And let her realize the fact that in 2017, there were 822 incidents of communal violence, 111 dead, of which 50% came from Bengal.
No, are you going to show no sympathy? Ma'am, are you going to show no sympathy today to the... No, 1 minute.
At Diamond Harbour.
Are you going to show no sympathy at all to Mamata Banerjee? She's been taken to hospital.
In just 1 minute?
Ma'am, I am asking you a question.
Let me complete,
Rajdeep. The TMC says she's in pain, she's gone to hospital. I have interrupted them as well. But you go ahead. Please go ahead.
Let me finish.
Yes.
Let me finish.
Yes.
Let me finish. Yes, let me finish. The important point is this, that Mamata Banerjee can see the writing on the wall, though steeped in her hubris, she does not want to acknowledge it. That come 2nd May 2021, for Bengal, it will be good riddance to bad rubbish. I'm sorry for the language, but that's as plain speak
can I ask you again one more time?
Without being offensive. Point number 2.
She's in the hospital. Do you have any sympathy, sensitivity to her?
Mamata Banerjee, 1 minute. She kept saying, excuse me, 1 minute. 1 minute. Did Mamata Banerjee showcase any sympathy when JP Nadda's convoy was attacked? Did you ask us that whether Mamata Banerjee will at least apologize for the 300 BJP karyakartas that have been killed in the last 10 years? You never asked that question to anyone from BJP. Will Mamata Banerjee now at least acknowledge that her Hindu phobia is getting the better of her? A lady who did not allow Ram Navami and Hanuman Jayanti processions is now reading Chandi Path on the eve of elections. This is the same Mamata Banerjee who used to say Suvendu Adhikari is the face of Nandigram and let people know he won last time by a margin of 81,000 votes. Today that Suvendu Adhikari has dished Mamata Banerjee, and rightfully so, they can find nothing right with Suvendu Adhikari. So everybody is wrong. Rajdeep Banerjee, Suvendu Adhikari, Kabirul Islam,
made your point. Ma'am, you've made your point.
Dalmia.
Ma'am, you've made your point.
The only person who's right is Pishi and Bhaipo.
Okay. You made your point. I must bring in the other
leader.
Okay, so you believe that Mamata Banerjee has no right to complain today because you say that BJP workers have been attacked in the past and no one has raised their voice at the time. Who is Mamata Banerjee? And you are questioning the entire incident.
Drama.
So you're saying okay. You're saying it's a stage drama. Shuddho Banerjee, Congress spokesperson, do you also believe this is a stage drama?
Of course.
The first, I think Ms. Verma would she speak on behalf of Congress?
Mr. Shuddho Banerjee, I'm asking you.
Okay, yes. Okay, fine. Let me expect that Dr. Dastidar and Madam Verma will not interrupt me. The way they will definitely reciprocate it. First of all, there are three aspects of the whole thing, and those are alarming. Administrative. First, if there is any laxity in the security system, which is J+ category, you don't have to look for eyewitness. She was surrounded by at least scores of cameras since morning, and her movement in Nandigram was in the top headlines of all channels. So from various angles, you will come to know that who is there and if she has been forced on accident or anything else. But EC must order an inquiry into the whole thing, and the truth must come out. Second point.
But your Congress leader is already... No, 1 minute, Mr. Shuddho Bhai. Your Congress leader, Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, is already suggesting it's a drama. So are you going along with what the BJP is saying, that this is stage managed, yes or no?
No. Let me tell you. She is a chief minister of a state, and we must know what is the truth. Because Mamata Banerjee has a bad habit of branding one incident before the investigation starts as any fabricated incident or small incident. Second point, that is political. We have already witnessed the kind of binary Dr. Dastidar and Mrs. Verma are already used, and in Bengal, it has been started between two parties who wants to use this incident on their political interest, self-interest, and how to garner votes. And Mrs. Verma has really broken all ceiling relating with all kind of issues. Those are very close to RSS.
Mr. Shuddho Banerjee, I am asking you... No, 1 minute.
Yes.
Is the Congress party echoing the BJP's view when it says this is stage managed, yes or no?
Not at all. Not at all. We must know the truth. EC must know. EC must take the responsibility of a free and fair election which is coming. Because the kind of binary where...
I will now play what Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, the leader in the Lok Sabha, and the senior Congress leader has said. Please listen to it once again, because it is one thing what the Congress says in Kolkata. This is your leader. Let's play what Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary said on the incident. Listen in how he has responded. So clearly, it appears... No, 1 minute. Please listen to it again.
I have heard it. Okay.
नंदीग्राम में उनके लिए मुश्किलें बढ़ रहे हैं, तो अब उन्होंने ये सोचा कि अभी एक नोटंकी की ज़रूरत है, ये पखंडी की ज़रूरत होती है, तो इसलिए पखंड किया जाता है, क्योंकि बंगाल के ममता बनर्जी से ममता बनर्जी नहीं है, बंगाल के मुख्यमंत्री भी है और पुलिस मंत्री भी है। लेकिन तज्जुब की बात ये होती है कि जब उन पे हमला होती है, उस समय कोई पुलिस वाले वहाँ आजू बाजू में नहीं रहते।
So the Congress too is raising questions over the whole incident, the way it's playing out at the moment. I'm joined by Shubhajit Bagchi, senior journalist. You're listening to the politicians.
Let me please...
No, just a minute.
Let me view that cost.
Yeah, just a minute. No, what are you saying? Are you saying that Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary is justified in raising questions over the incident or not?
Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has basically claimed that what is the truth, that must come out. That's what. If it's a theatrics or there is something really serious, because we are going to witness the glorious election in this assembly election in the history of Bengal and India.
Okay.
Because two parties are all set to get the power by hook and crook.
Okay, so you're blaming both the parties, the BJP and the Trinamool Congress. But Shubhajit Bagchi, you have this noisy... Just a minute, sir, now.
I'm requesting them to be responsible.
Okay. Shubhajit Bagchi, you're hearing these noisy charges and counter charges. Do you see this all being played to a script? Mamata Banerjee, in a sense, has become the focus of this election. Tomorrow morning, newspapers across Kolkata will probably have Mamata's images from the hospital. Does that, in a way, play into her hands that she garners sympathy? Or can the BJP claim that this is all stage managed?
See, that is a very interesting point. You know, what we are seeing in this election, you know, that there's a huge attempt on both sides to control the narrative, you know, and it has become so big. I mean, this election has become so big and complex that you know, none of the narratives are staying more than 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Forget 24 hours. So the question is, how long can Trinamool? I'm not going into the investigation part. Whoever is responsible should be charged and punished. But the point here is that how long this will you know, kind of able to control the eyeballs, and how long the newspaper and the media altogether will able to stay with this, because BJP will have to come up, and they are very good with this, will have to come up a new narrative. Trinamool will try to stick to this. You know, they will play up. Incidentally, yesterday only Mamata Banerjee reminded the you know, the listeners there in Nandigram that how she was, very graphically she described how she was attacked by CPIM, I mean 1.5 decades back. She said that the governor then, Gopal Gandhi, warned her that you know, that she'll be attacked with petrol bombs and all that stuff. So she graphically described that. And then, so there is a kind of...
does she garner sympathy out of something? Do you believe that she can still garner sympathy out of the fact that she claims she's been attacked? Is that something that, to your mind, will actually connect her to the voters? Because she has been playing the card of Bengali victimhood and suggesting time and again that there are outsiders from the BJP trying to take over Bengal.
Well, you see, if Trinamool able to control this narrative, you know, and it doesn't disappear in a week's time or 3 days' time from the media, then they're able to milk it. But election is another 3 weeks from now, and you know, if there are new things come up, if they can able to establish that those who attacked Ms. Banerjee was actually associated with BJP, or the other way, BJP can establish that those who targeted her are actually, you know, really miscreants or associated with some other political party, possibly if they are Trinamool supporters. As of now, we do not have an eyewitness. So it can go either way. It's a very critical, it's a very, you know, tricky situation for both parties.
No, but do you see this, Shubhajit, as a defining incident of this campaign? We still have about 12 days to go before the first round of voting. Do you believe images of Mamata Banerjee injured are going to have an impact on this campaign?
Well, it's difficult to say, you know, because when the Prime Minister will come here and he stays here for 2-3 days and goes from, you know, one constituency to the other, it will be difficult for Trinamool to, you know, continue with this. Though I can see that Ms. Banerjee will be in public rallies, possibly bandaged, you know, leg or something like that. So those will be there. But then again, you know, BJP will not let this, you know, go to her side, kind of, you know, let them control the narrative. So that would be there. But there will be an attempt on part of Trinamool, yes.
So these are attempts in a way to control the narratives. Sanju Verma, you know, Mamata Banerjee's narrative, as I maintained, is that I am Bengal ki beti who's being targeted by outsiders. Now she will use this incident to perhaps say, look at it, I'm a victim, I'm being targeted by the outsiders who are coming in, I am the victim. Are you worried that the narrative could slip away from the BJP?
You know, Rajdeep, the fact that Mamata Banerjee visited how many, 13 temples, some people say 28 temples, which she's not done in the last 10 years, I can clearly tell you BJP is the party which is setting the narrative and setting the agenda, and Trinamool Congress is simply following it. Trinamool Congress is shifting the goalpost. Let me tell Mamata Banerjee, if you say that you are an insider, then by your logic, Didi, please understand that Suvendu Adhikari, born and brought up in Purbo Midnapur, is son of the soil from Nandigram. It was not Mamata Banerjee. That famous land agitation in 2007 in Nandigram, Aka, / Singur, who was the face? It was Suvendu Adhikari. And let me ask you one thing, Rajdeep. If Mamata Banerjee is so confident, why did she leave Bhawanipur? She won by 95,000 votes. You know, that was a victory margin in 2011. Come 2016, that victory margin fell to a measly 25,000 votes. So let me tell you, Mamata Banerjee has not been a braveheart by deciding to contest only from Nandigram. She knows her cadre is demoralized. She knows people are leaving Trinamool Congress like a sinking ship. Now what does she do? You know, she has no choice. It's between the fire and the frying pan, so she's decided to contest from Nandigram. And we all know Mamata Banerjee takes decisions not on the basis of political maturity, but by and large on the basis of her hubris. She has an elephantine ego. And as they say famously in English, you can fool all people at some times. You can fool some people all the time, but you cannot fool all people all the time. And Mamata Banerjee, the people of Bengal have had enough of you in the last 10 years. Lawlessness, Bengal number one. Poverty,
you don't accept.
Love jihad cases in Murshidabad
So
alone, 600 cases, number one.
So
GDP
you don't see her getting sympathy.
Show. Employment, nothing to show. Blocking central government schemes like Ayushman Bharat, PM Kisan. She opened a scheme, Rajdeep, just a small example. She opened a scheme called Kanya Shri. She said 57 lakh young women will benefit. Do you know in the last 10 years how many have benefited? Only 7 lakh.
She denies that.
This will out.
She denies that number. She says she denies that number.
2 crore women have benefited.
This is BJP versus Trinamool. They claim they have given benefits to 57 lakhs.
So what is the correct number?
Ma'am,
she refused to give data to NCRB in 2019.
Ma'am, we can go on. The other day, Amit Shah, the Home Minister of the country, said there was a bomb-making factory in every district of Bengal. The Home Ministry in an RTI application says we have no evidence of any bomb-making factories. So let's be clear, there's a lot of fake news that's also spread in Bengal. So let's not go into...
You tell me one more thing.
Yes.
Rajdeep,
Amit Shah went on record
to ask Mamata Banerjee,
ma'am, Amit Shah went on record to say
fallen from 78 to 72%. I don't see you asking tough questions to Mamata.
Okay.
Please ask her how has the Hindu population in Bengal fallen from 78% to 72%, and Muslim population has risen from 24 to 27%. And mind you, it has not happened organically.
Okay.
Will you ask this question to her?
I will.
We can talk about Amit Shah, Narendra Modi, JP Nadda.
1 minute,
the fact is Mamata Banerjee has not covered herself in glory.
Okay, you're making your point. You didn't answer my question.
Teach her a lesson.
Now I will ask you a direct question. You've made your points and you have every right to make them. I ask you a direct question.
I will
1 minute, ma'am. You must answer my question.
You don't become
the Home Minister,
TMC spokesperson.
Ma'am, the Home Minister of this country went on record to say every district of Bengal has a bomb-making factory. This is what he went on record to say. When the Home Ministry was asked in an RTI application on what basis has this been made, the Home Ministry said we don't know. So let's not go into propaganda and fake news. The question is, I asked you, do you believe Mamata Banerjee will get any sympathy?
You're missing the woods for the trees. You are missing the woods for the trees. Have you asked Mamata Banerjee about Bashirhat riots? No. Did you ask her about Bhaduria riots? No. Did you ask her about Asansol riots? No. Did you ask her about anti-CAA riots? No. Did you ask her about Bhadreshwar riots? No. But you have clung on to one sentence from Amit Shah.
Okay.
I think you are doing a far better job as TMC spokesperson than Kakoli Dastidar.
Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar, since Sanju Verma has chosen to attack me and call me a TMC spokesperson, you are the TMC leader. Answer the question. According to Sanju Verma, all of this is being orchestrated by Mamata Banerjee because she is desperate. All that we are seeing are signs of desperation. According to the BJP, you can't fool all the people all the time. Mamata Banerjee is trying to garner sympathy. Your response?
You see, I pity such lowly statements. If she is a political person, then she should realize that in politics, everybody doesn't remain in power all the time. And people who are in power by, scandal mongering and fake news factories, then they are also going to face the people's wrath very soon. They should not behave like non-political people, and they should not create division in society as the Honorable Lady is trying to do. Bengal is same for everybody. Met-South, same kind of treatment. There is inclusive growth here. There is inclusive growth here. And we do not trust
Ma'am, Kakoli Ghosh, just a minute. Sanju Verma, let me handle. Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar, the question that is being asked is, all of this is to garner sympathy. That by projecting Mamata Banerjee as a victim, as a Bengal ki beti against outsiders, you are desperately trying to get sympathy and change the narrative which the BJP has put, that Mamata Banerjee at the end of the day is responsible for declining law and order in Bengal.
After years of being in power at the center, the Bharatiya Janata Party can't find a leader to lead them in election in West Bengal, and that is why the Honorable Prime Minister, including other ministers, have to keep hopping to West Bengal to fight a single woman.
Why should we not use Narendra Modi?
They should not show
He's the most popular leader in post-independent India.
No, Sanju Verma, you
Why should
cannot
Narendra Modi not campaign? He's the most popular leader in post-independent.
Yeah, go ahead. Kakoli Ghosh Dastidar, I'm asking you one last time. Is this an attempt to change the narrative? To somehow or the other project sympathy for Mamata Banerjee? The last card being played by Mamata is sympathy.
4 or 5 unknown people slammed the car door on her foot. The foot is swollen, might be broken because she's a 65-year-old woman. You have to realize they should learn to respect women. The way the Manubati culture is gripping the country and they're hitting out at women, Hathras and Unnao, is evident to everybody. So Bharatiya Janata Party is out to kill the single Mahila Mukhyamantri of the country.
Your Chief Minister made fun of Suzette Jordan when she was gang raped in 2012.
People were there, we have seen this happen. We are going to win, and then these people who are scandal-mongering today, they will hide their
faces. Give my last 20 seconds.
Okay, 1 minute. Sir, Sanju Verma, you cannot intervene, please. Both of you get equal time. I will ask you one question, then I'll move on. My question to you, Sanju Verma, is simply this. There is a feeling that Mamata Banerjee at the moment is trying to make this election about Bengal ki beti versus outsiders. I've asked this to you before. Does that worry the BJP and its script? The fact is, whether it's Kailash Vijayvargiya, whether it's many of your other leaders, they are not from Bengal. Does that worry you that after an incident like today, Mamata will try and take sympathy as a Bengal ki beti?
You know, Rajdeep, I want to tell you one thing. You've covered so many elections, and I think you know this better than so many others. In Nandigram, which is supposed to be the battle of all times and the battle for all seasons, 34% is Muslim population. Mamata Banerjee was banking on this Muslim card. Let's be very honest about it. Now, who's going to play spoilsport? The Congress, the left, and Abbas Siddiqui's Indian Secular Front, for whatever it is worth. These three have joined hands. So it is not the Hindu votes which will be split. It is the Muslim votes which will be split, and Nandigram has almost close to a 34% population. Out of a total constituency size of a little over 3 lakh, over 1 lakh people are Muslims. So Mamata Banerjee needs to be really, really scared, point number 1, if we get down to the brass tacks. Point number 2, you know, I have noticed this narrative. I've been on so many debates in the last fortnight or so. Every TMC spokesperson says, oh, BJP does not have a chief ministerial face. So let me remind the TMC leadership, excuse me, nobody knew Devendra Fadnavis would be chief minister in 2014 when BJP won the Maharashtra elections along with Shiv Sena. Nobody knew Vijay Rupani would be the chief minister when we won Gujarat again. Nobody knew Yogi Adityanath. No journalist in this country had predicted that Yogi Adityanath would be the chief minister when we won UP with a handsome votes of more than 312. So I think BJP wins elections on the basis of issues, not on the basis of a chief ministerial face. I will repeat what JP Nadda said. हम चुनाव जीतते हैं चेहरे पर नहीं, चाल, चरित्र, नीति, कार्यकर्ता, कार्यक्रम और संगठन. हम इन चीजों के बलबूते पर चुनाव जीतते आ रहे हैं और चुनाव आगे भी जीतेंगे. We have a problem of plenty. कैलाश विजयवर्गीय, Anirban Ganguly, we have Shopan Das Gupta, we have Suvendu Adhikari. You know, unlike the Trinamool Congress, which is a private limited company, chairman Mamata Banerjee, managing director Abhishek Banerjee, outsider Prashant Kishore, who's still not clear what his role is.
Okay, you made your point. By the way, Swapan Dasgupta has just tweeted, we pray for Mamata Banerjee's speedy recovery from a foot injury. If she requires additional central security, the Home Ministry will certainly provide it. Clearly, the narrative, in a sense, on this day when Mamata Banerjee actually filed her nomination from Nandigram has changed pretty dramatically, with those visuals coming in of Mamata Banerjee allegedly attacked. And we use the word allegedly attacked. She claims 4 to 5 people hit her directly, and the BJP claims this is stage managed. Either way, for the next few days, expect this to become the narrative of this heated Bengal election. The BJP versus the Trinamool Congress. Let's take a break at this point. When we return, we'll turn to the other big political story today.